What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Thirsty Thursday podcast. If you notice, I got an empty seat here to my right today, and I'm missing my homie Joe, my homie Joe. But we're family men first. Joe's with the family tonight, hanging and banging, doing his thing, man. So understandable, fully acceptable, man. So you guys just get my dumb ass tonight, and of course Michael from Fishtailz Magazine. But thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Another episode brought to you by Law Tigers. 22 years in the game, man. I was just sporting my beanie. We got a giveaway going on with them. If you need compensation, you know somebody that needs some advice or compensation, they're going through something, maybe even they're working with somebody else and you just need a little bit more than what you feel like you're getting, hit us up. We'll get you in contact with somebody, man. They are riders that do things for riders. All right. The most important part of that is they ride. They understand the process and the feelings that you're going through when something like that shit happens. All right. So make sure you hit up Law Tigers. 22 years in the game. That don't say nothing. That means something right there. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean nothing. All right. Also, the homie Hail Speed, man. If you haven't checked out all of his stuff, man, Hail Speed's coming out with some banging stuff. Just started working with Custom Dynamics, I saw today, actually. So some of his lightings, he's going to be, I'm sure, making some brackets, doing some cool shit, man. So Hail Speed, give them a follow, check them out. And of course, if you guys don't know, I'm a ride 1K in a day kind of guy, man. And I just did one in December with 5 other homies. Check out Ride 1K in a Day. It will challenge you as a rider. You will see things you've never experienced. You will be able to say that you did something that not a lot of people have done. It's just a cool experience. It's a little notch on the belt. It's kind of cool to do, man. So Ride 1K in a Day. Hit them up on Instagram or ride1kinaday.com. All right. All right, fellas, another Thursday. Real quick catch up on the week, man. For those of you guys that joined us over at Chopperfest, stop by the way, Mike, who's joining us tonight, did stop by the booth, and we did chop it up for a bit. But if you came by the booth and if you were somebody that won some of the giveaway items, we appreciate you guys swinging by. Chopperfest is in our backyard. It's home for us. So we had a blast with everybody and just what we did the day that it was and all that. So thank you guys if you guys did show up to Chopperfest. And even if you didn't and you were supporting from a distance, we appreciate that shit as well. All right. So tonight, I'm going to jump into it, man. I've got Michael. Michael has been on, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Michael has been on the showcase, I think is what we had him on. Michael, you'll be able to answer when you hop in here, but I want to give you guys a little context of who Michael is. Michael is the owner, operator, CEO, the whole thing, man. He probably wears all the different hats for Fishtailz Magazine, man. So he's got a big show coming up. He's been in the Vikla scene for a minute now, man. So I'm excited to have him over here. I'm excited to step our toe. We with style of bikes that Joe and I ride and on all that, but I came from the Vikla stuff. That's what I saw when I was a youngster. So I'm excited to kind of dive back into that tonight and all the different things that Michael's got going on in his world. So I'm gonna bring Michael in. Check this out. Watch this. So we got a little. Oh yeah. You got to bring him in, man. You got to bring him in proper. You know, it's like I hear him knocking at the door. All right, Michael. What's up, dog?
Knock knock.
Welcome, man.
What's up, my brother?
Thursday night, man. I enjoy Thursday nights, man. It's a little time in the garage. If you can't tell, we set up right here in shop, where we turn wrenches and we work and I build toys on this workbench. It sets a good vibe, so it's always fun to jump into the garage on a Thursday.
Right on, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So Michael, I've followed, Fishtailz for a minute, man. I don't remember how I kind of like, got into it or how I came across the page. I really don't remember, but I'm kind of glad that I did, man. You got a good vibe over there, man. I do know a little bit of history. We'll kind of start off with some of that. I know, like, at least as far as I've been following you, you're on page number 2 or 3 or something like that, man. I know there was some bullshit happening in the past.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're on page 3 right now. The first 2 got hacked, and I was up to 30,000 followers, and then it got hacked, and the hacker like messaging me, hey man, like give me $1,000, I'll give you your page back. I knew it wasn't happen, bro, but I wanted to be hopeful, so I gave him the $1,000, and then he's like, I need 500 more. I was like, man, I already knew it was going bad. My dumbass, I went ahead and gave him the other 500 being hopeful, And then I ended up giving him like 1,700. After the 1,700, I was like, you know what, fuck, F you, man. So, so that's where that went. But so I just had to start from scratch again, bro. Stuff like that happens, man, and it just I think it just helps you build a stronger, home, or
like a stronger drive for it. It's going to hit you a little bit harder. I want to say this, man. Some people may listen and hear you say that and go like, oh man, you should have stopped in, you should have stopped there. Yeah, but immediately, here's my reaction. Here's my instant reaction when I hear you say something, when you say what you said. One, that's the type of character you are. You're like, oh, come on. I got faith. I got trust in people. They say they're going to do something. This is what you want. This is what you need. I'm going to do it. To me, that's how I interpret that, man. Like, you got faith and trust in people that's you're going to do something. They're going to get it in return. All right. I get it. Granted, you're dealing with somebody who's obviously not on the up and up. We can all agree with that type of shit. But on the flip side of that, homeboy, I think the other part of it that I really latch onto is that even after all that shit, even after getting shut down for a page or two and all that crap, and that stuff goes down, you're still swinging for the fences, homeboy. Like, you're still like, you ain't nothing stopping you.
Man, I'm hungrier more, man. That just makes me the drive even bigger, bro. Because honest truth, just in life in general, bro. If you're trying to do something, there's always going to be fences getting thrown up in front of you, and roadblocks, and I feel like you have to learn how to surpass those, and because there's bigger things waiting for you if you keep pushing, right? So I'm not a quitter, bro, and I have a lot of drive and a lot of I believe in myself, what I'm doing. So I just keep going, bro.
I posted something today to my personal page, and it was something about this little dude that rolled up on a bike, and he just had this motivational thing where the motivation part of it was you can't skip the process. Like, if you want change to happen, you can't skip the process. You're going to deal with shit between you want change to happen and it actually happens, but that's part of the process. And I think that's where you're going. That it changes your frame of mind. It kind of alters your shit a little bit.
Yes, exactly, man. There's no, like you're saying, bro, there's no skipping any type of steps, bro, in order to get to, wherever you're trying to go, man. That's just what it is, bro. It's hard work. People say some people say oh man, that guy's lucky. Like, nobody's lucky, bro. It's the harder you work, they say the harder you work, the luckier you are. But it's just hard work, bro. That's it.
Preach, brother. Preach. I know everyone from the background always looks at it like, look at that. They got through. They made it. Lucky. Yeah. Look at all that shit. But it comes from fucking hard work, man. That's the truth of it, man. So, but Michael, when it comes to Fishtailz, it's called Fishtailz Magazine, right?
Yes. Chloe, go give me your mom's charger, please. Fishtail. Yeah. The name of it. What were you asking?
Yeah, the name of the magazine it's Fishtailz Magazine, right?
That's correct.
Now, there you go. Look at that. Now, I dig the name, man. Fishtailz. I mean, if you know anything of that, you automatically know what style of bike that you're about to open up and what the magazine is about to be about. But I like that you're doing and keeping it old school with that. That's where a lot of shit started, man. That's where I got my shit. I opened up Easy Rider magazines. I opened up all kinds of old shit to see pictures of bikes, and that's what you're keeping alive.
Definitely, man. And don't get me wrong, man. So I'm in love with all style of motorcycles, man. It's just that I come from a lowrider background, and so I was just attracted, or to that style of bike too, like a classy looking bike. But I mean, so I'm just saying that to say this. When it comes down to if there's a beautiful Dyna, a beautiful performance bagger, I'm willing to put those bikes in my magazine as well, and I have before. And the next magazine that's coming out, there'll be a variety of different bikes. We have an old school chopper coming out too, and so I mean, if the bike is beautiful and it deserves to be, to get the spotlight, I definitely want it in the magazine. So I mean, hopefully one day, bro, I get to have one Dyna, one performance bagger, like one of each, bro. I would totally dig that. But yeah, I definitely, for me personally, I do build, like what they call the Vikla style bike. But again, man, I love every single style of bike, man. And the performance bagger and Dynas, especially, man, when they put these badass paint jobs on them and stuff like that.
Yeah, the game has definitely changed, man. The game has definitely changed with styling and all that stuff. And I think to the note of what you said is, if you're a motorcycle person, or you're kind of a two-wheel person, then it really doesn't matter. Are you looking for a stand?
Yeah.
Go grab something, man. Go grab something. grab whatever you need, man. We keep it real around here. Take your time, man. Fucking do what you got to do. You know what you can do? Turn it sideways. Just turn it sideways, because then it'll just go horizontally. It'll turn.
Okay, hold on here. Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, I think it's gonna work. Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Perfect, man.
You keep the charger. There you go, man. See, I think I know a thing or two. So anyways, what I was saying is and I'm surprised I remember my train of thought where I was going with that, man. But nonetheless, it's if you're a two-wheel person, you can appreciate every style of bike, honestly. Yeah. Whether even like what you say, you broke it down to like performance bagger and Dynas and stuff like that, right? I'll take it another step further and say Hondas and all the everything, everything that's out there.
Yeah, even people do hella cool shit to like the sport bikes, like the Ducati style bikes, or stuff like that. I mean, there's cool shit to do to all bikes, man. So I could definitely appreciate it all, bro. And so that's why also like my motorcycle shows, man, they're opened up to everybody, man. And I feel like the motorcycles should have like a little bit of everything in there, so it has so everybody could appreciate something. So yeah, man.
I think everybody could take something from every bike, man. You should be able to appreciate every style of bike. Now, the Vikla style, that's your preferred style of bike, and that's what you grew up with. I get it. I like that shit also. What I like to ride is what I ride, but I want another one back in the stable. I built a Vikla. That's what my first Harley was, man. Road Kings, 21-inch spoke in the front, 16 in the rear, 18-inch hapes, chrome the fuck out, extended fender, extended bags, straight pipes. It had the get down, man. It was Vikla the fuck out, man, and it looked good. I love that fucking thing, man. But the thing about the lowrider scene and that Vikla scene, man, is you want to talk about next level of like taking some of these bikes, man. Like we're talking etching, like dive in, man. Like that's the difference between a Vikla and some of this other stuff. The dollar amount, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I mean, shit. If you have the money for it, bro, like it's endless, man. As long as you have ideas, yeah, man. That engraving is expensive, and people, they do anything that's metal that comes off of it, that was chrome plated, and then just like other bikes too, like choppers, they do starting to do like a lot of fabrication, the stretch fenders, just different things to it. And yeah, it could definitely get pricey, bro.
Did you see that one at Chopper Fest that was parked right up on the corner with the rails around it and everything? That gold one?
He has a shop called Daniel's Creations. His name's Daniel.
Okay.
That bike has all kinds of crazy stuff done to it, bro.
I can't build one of those, boy. That one's deep, boy. But I was, as a motorcycle just enthusiast junkie, I was looking at that thing going, not one part of this bike has not been touched. Like not just not touched, like taken apart and put back together. I mean customized touch. Like there's not one part of that bike that doesn't have something on it.
Yeah, everything on that bike is customized, man. Everything. Those stretch bags on that bike, and the fender and the rear fender was handmade by him. and just like all kinds of other stuff on that bike. But yeah, that bike will be coming out on my front cover of my magazine here in a couple months here.
Shit.
A couple next issues. But that bike will be displayed as well at my show. If somebody hasn't seen it and they want to see a really cool, detailed motorcycle, definitely come out and check that out.
Yeah, that thing is next level, man. And I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of others that are coming from around the way and stuff. Hey, on the magazine, man, I got a question. How do you commission the photographs and stuff? Because you got bikes from all over the place in there, you know?
Yeah, all the bikes are from the East Coast to West Coast and all in between. And then we always have one motorcycle. I don't know. It's just something like that I made up, whatever that I wanted to do was to put one motorcycle in every magazine from another country. And just to, I'm trying to put everybody on the map, bro. Like this Vikla, these style motorcycles are growing everywhere, like becoming a huge thing around the world. So I wanted to, I want to, if you're not able to go visit these places, I want to have it in front of your face. You could go ahead and be in your living room, open the magazine, and enjoy all these bikes from all over the world that you probably would have never seen before. If I didn't put them in the magazine, besides social media. But anyways, yeah. So let's say I see a bike somewhere far away and I can't get there. So I'll start reaching out to these people with these bikes, and I'm like, hey, do you know of a photographer in your area? And if not, I'll do my own research. And then so either way, somehow I find a photographer, and then now there's PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and all that. So
Yep.
I pay so I hire my photographers if I can't be there, and then they'll email me the photos, and then I'll put it together. I put the magazine together myself, but with the help of these photographers, that do the photo shoots for me. I do a lot of photo shoots myself as well. Like if the bikes are in in Northern California, even Southern California, I'll make the trip and do that. But yeah, man.
I like that, man. I like how you put it, because that is the truth. I know some people will look at magazines and only think like, well, it's in there because it is in there because it's a beautiful bike, but the exposure, the way that you explain the exposure in terms of, you wouldn't know, a lot of people would have never seen these motorcycles had not be for you finding them, contacting them, locating them, and putting them in print for everyone can kind of Google and go over them.
Yeah, and you know what, bro? Another thing is, like, there's a lot of people that are really like they are from like some type of like a motorcycle company already. They're very well known, and they have these bikes. But and that's totally fine. I'll put those people in the magazine as well. But me, honest truth, personally, I try to find people that like I feel like I could see. Like, man, like these motorcycle builders are up and coming, they're like, and they don't have the spotlight yet. So I feel like it's my job that to put these guys on. I want to be that guy, man, that gives people a chance, to get their motorcycle seen. So pretty much, like I always say, like my magazine, my platform, those shows, the magazine is to give people a voice and a place to be seen. And so anyways, I just want to like new upcoming builders, and I'm just trying to give them the spotlight that they deserve.
I respect that, man. That's what, big name shops have made their name. They're up there. They're in the lights. Everyone knows who they are. Totally get it, man. But there's a lot of people that got a passion and a hustle for this and want to be part of this industry and building stuff like that and let people know that they can build shit like that. And you're helping to expose that, man. And I mean, that's a win-win all the way around for everybody. These type of shops are getting some exposure. You as a magazine are getting some content to be able to do for them. It's a win-win. That's when everybody's most happy, man. And I dig the concept, man. I dig the idea of the reasoning behind it. And let me tell you, I've heard you like 2 or 3 times tonight say, well, I don't know why I did that, but I just decided. And then you said something else right now about like, that's just the way I do it. And I thought, yeah, Michael, it's your magazine, man. You can make it however you want to make it, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. But man, I have a big heart, bro. I'm very humble, man. I'm very respectful, man. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. That even somebody that's let's say that does a magazine, or let's say somebody else is trying to throw shows. There's enough room for all of us, man. To for all of us to eat, and I do things my way, man. But I do things out of my heart, bro. Like, if somebody, sometimes, man, there's a bike that it might not be all that, bro, but there's a story behind that motorcycle, bro, and it's like has to do something with their family, and I've done it before, man, where like their story, like it hurts my heart, bro, and so so then I put them in the magazine or whatever, just because I don't know, man, like I feel for them, and so, man, I'm just a lot of people that I put their bike in the magazines, they're like, man, this is like a dream come true for me. And I've heard that so many times. And, if I can make your dream come true, off of that, and, and that does something for you, it doesn't, I mean, it's not, I'm not getting nothing out of it, like as far as, but if I can make your day, bro, then, I want to do that. So,
respect to that, man. That type of message, in my opinion, and maybe it's because in fact, I know it's because the older I'm getting, the more I feel that messages like that need to be spread amongst men. I'm getting older and wiser in my wisdom and shit. And the older I get, this is the same type of stuff that the OGs would kind of like, hey, man, I'm rough and tough on the outside, but make sure you got this shit in line. The older I get, the more of what you're saying hits, and more messages got to be spread like that, man. So I dig all the reasons as to the background with the magazine, man. Not that you need my approval or any of that shit. I'm just saying, it's the fire that's underneath your ass, man. And people, I could imagine. Because it gives me and Joe the same type of feeling too when people come and they're like, man, we like watching your podcast, we like listening to your podcast, and when people come and tell you the same thing, like, hey, man, this means everything to me. Like I got into a magazine, like that right there, that type of stuff, it drives you further. It's like I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right thing. I'm gonna keep rolling with this thing.
Yeah, and you know what, bro? I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, bro. If the magazine world fucking died like 2-3 years ago. Like I think about 90% of the magazines that existed went out of business. What happened was they were all like 90% of the magazines were under one umbrella, under one big company, and they weren't getting the numbers that they used to, like maybe 10 years prior to that. And so they decided to close the doors on all that, even some really big and everything, like not even just motorcycle magazines. I'm talking like GQ, Vogue, like magazines in general. All these magazines were all under the same company. And then so then anyways, like magazines don't make so when I sell them like a magazine, I buy them in bulk, whatever, and then I pretty much just get my money back and maybe a little bit more, but it's pretty much just like I get my money back. I have a website where I sell merch and I sell a bunch of other stuff. So that's where, I make money, whatever. But so I want you to know this. I don't put out this magazine to make money, bro. It's something inside of me, man, like that. I have to put out this magazine for me just because I do not want the magazine, like the traditional, like hard copy magazine like this, like to die. And then like 5-10 years from now, like kids have no idea, what a magazine was. I had a magazine with me all the time in the garage when I was working on a car, when I was working on a motorcycle. It was always there. The homies would come by, they would flip through it as we're working on a bike or something. And it, like on top of that, you also like get a bunch of ideas, inspiration. And then, there's always like, man, I would like to come out in a magazine one day. So I just want everybody to know, man, that, the magazine, it's not like to make money or to profit, man. I feel that it's needed, man. It's something that's dying, like, I don't know, like a special animal, that they're trying to save, man. And so, I just want to keep this old school tradition alive, man. And as long as I'm around, I'm going to keep doing this, along with my shows. So
Hey man, mad respect to that shit right there, man. And because that is what like Throttled Roots is about, that the roots, like the history, the culture, the lifestyle, the fundamentals of kind of this stuff. And as a youngster growing up, man, I feel you right now. I was like right next to you going, I was the same way, man. I had a magazine with me and I was ordering parts for this car or that mini truck or my motorcycle out of the back of a magazine, because that's where ad space was. That's where you found shops. That's where you would find their airbag kits, whatever it is you were shopping for. That shit all used to be plastered up in the back of the magazine. And that's what I grew up in that same type of era. And you're right. If it dies, then kids these days will never understand that and know that. Sadly though, some don't care, but I think why you do it, man, the reasons that you do it are for the love of the history, the love of the culture, the love of the way you grew up, and just passing on that tradition. There's some things that are going to be dying arts, man. And kudos to you, man, for keeping the fire and the flame lit, man, and keeping that shit rolling, because it's a part of it. You go to some people's houses and they have boxes, bins of Easy Rider magazines, right? Because they subscribe to them. That was what you got. That's where you got all your information. That was your internet and shit back then.
Exactly, bro.
You know? So and by you keeping that alive and keeping keeping it motorcycle based and like featuring these bikes, man, people will always get a kick out of it, a rise out of it, man. So my hat's off to you, homeboy. I dig the passion and the inspiration behind it all, man. It's led to a bunch of other shit though too on top of it. Like the magazine is the reason that, is probably where it kind of kicked off. You're like, I want to keep that shit going, but it's spawned off now into shows, and you got a one-time or once a year annual show now. What year are you in this year?
We're on this is our 4th year now. Pretty excited about that. So the last 3 years that we threw this motorcycle show, it was just an annual. But then, so for this year, we have some different updates. So I was finally able to fund some. The plan has always been to have like several shows, like a NorCal show, a SoCal show, and then a couple of shows out of state, and that's always been like my my dream to do that. So I got the opportunity this year. I put all my chips away, man, and so now this year we're gonna have 4 shows, and they're all scheduled already. Everything's ready to rock and roll. So our first show we're kicking off March 16th at the Ontario Convention Center. That'll be our SoCal show for the year. And then we're gonna have a show in Colorado, in Pueblo, Colorado. I rented out the convention center over there, and that's June 23rd. It's a Sunday, so that's huge for me, man. And then July 27th, I bring it back to NorCal, to Modesto, California, and we're gonna have our super show there. That's where I had it this past year. And then the September 28th, I rented out the convention center in Reno, Nevada. So now I got 2 out of state, and then I got 2 here in California. And so, man, I'm super excited about that, man. I'm just like, things are going for me, and things are falling through, and I couldn't be more blessed, man. Trust me, it's something that I've been like pushing for a long time, and finally, so from here on out, if things go well, we'll have the minimum of at least 4 shows every single year now in these same places.
Good for you, man. Congratulations on that, man. It's very important in business and in life, both in business and in life, to set goals. You got to set some goals. You got to have some obtainables. You got to be reaching for something, you know, and the fact that you have reached, and this is goal number 1. This is probably step number 1. You probably want to keep moving states. You want to get it all the way over to the, I'm spitballing here, but as you reach that goal, then you're like, okay, what's next? And you make another goal and shit, man. So congratulations on hitting that, man. That's a big deal. That's a good personal achievement, but that also to me speaks a lot of volume in terms of the show and the quality of show that you're putting on, and the clientele and the people that are wanting to come to these shows, man. It speaks volume on that.
Thank you, man. Yeah. You know, and again, man, like this is all for what I do is all for the people, man. And so, you know, I'm trying to show everybody some love, man. So I'm trying to hit these other spots where, you know, maybe they can't come this far. So,
Yep.
know, there's a big following for motorcycles in these other areas as well. So you can't come to me. It's cool, man. I'm going to you, man. So yeah, man, it's just a spread the love, man. You know, Colorado has a couple big motorcycle runs, but they've never had a big motorcycle show, like a legit motorcycle show. And this is information that I have friends that live in Colorado that are big in the motorcycle industry. So this is what they're telling me. And actually in the city that I'm doing it in, Pueblo, they have a nice convention center. And anyways, they've never seen something like this. So what I'm bringing to them is going to be like a first time thing, man. So I'm pretty excited, man, to be able to put on a show on for everyone from out there.
Well, go and blow the roof off, man. That way you can come back next year and hit it bigger and stronger. And they're like, we need you back, and we need you back for the next 5 years, 10 years, you know, and it's only going to grow from there and shit, man. But the one that we're going to come with you on, or be in attendance with you on, is going to be, and I'm looking forward to it because I've like I said, I've been following, but I haven't yet been able to attend one of your previous shows, just either as a spectator or a vendor or any of that sort. But for that reason, I'm excited about it because I've seen a lot of good things about it. You know, you always follow and you get the lead up, and then of course day after, you got to be on social media to kind of keep up what's going on out there and stuff. And then I see Fishtailz being tagged all over the place and a bunch of nice bikes and people like enjoy having a good time. It looks like a good setup. And then I always get that FOMO a little bit, like, fuck, I missed out on that shit, man. You know, I always get bummed out, but I'm excited about it for those reasons, man. It looks like it's been a big thing kind of in the making. And this one's going down March 16th, right?
Yep. And
go ahead.
So one cool thing, man, so, you know, every show that I try to do, you know, after we're done with the show, I'll sit back and I'll try to see, okay, what was good, you know, and then what can we make better, you know? So then every show I try to up it, you know, and you know, I think I think I'm doing a pretty good job at it, but so I don't know. Sometimes I get these ideas, man, and I just want to do shit so I'm gonna have a kid zone. I'm gonna have like I made these like a motorcycle, a Vikla motorcycle on a you know like if you go to a restaurant and they give your kid like like a paper to draw on, and it has like stuff on it.
Yeah.
So I made something like that with a motorcycle on it, and I'm gonna have like 4 tables. And I made these big sign, like these poster signs, and they'll have like stands in the middle of the tables, and it says Fishtailz Kid Zone. And then I'm gonna have a bunch of color crayons and maybe like some little games or something. And I'm just gonna have a bunch of stacks of those papers, like for them to draw on and draw motorcycles. But cool. So I'm gonna have a little zone for them, man. Like I don't know, I just thought of that, and I was like, you know what? I think like kids like need a place too, man. Like you know, for just to hang out too, man. So anyways, I'm gonna dedicate like a little area for kids, man. And I don't know, I just came up with that the other day, and I'm just gonna roll with it and see how it goes, man.
I dig that, man. I dig that, Michael. That's cool, dude. Like sometimes a lot of the time as a business owner, the creativity and the ideas never stop, right? The thoughts never turn off. But as a dad to 2 young girls again, I got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I want to take them to shows, and I want them to grow up in that environment. You know, they grow up here in the garage with me, and I do take them to shows, you know, and when we go and see cars and stuff, that would be a cool little element for the kids, like to what you said, man, to have their their own little kind of environment, their own little space within this thing. Because some of them are there because just mom and dad want to take them and they want to go and see the bike show, and kids got to get dragged along. But if they got a little spot up in there, man, it's thoughtful, it's cool. I think that'll be dope, man. I think they'd have a good ass time with that.
Yeah, and then I mean, since we're on the subject, man, so also what I did different this time that I haven't done was obviously this is not the first time motorcycle other people that throw shows do this, but I did an inviter builder. So I invited 25 of who I think are like the baddest builders, and I'm not even talking like V-Club builders. I'm just talking about like guys that build like big wheel baggers, performance baggers. It could be guys that build dynas. Like I just reached out to 25 guys all across the United States that I think build the baddest bikes in general. So I reached out to a bunch of them. Obviously, I invited 25. I already got like 3 or 4 guys told me, hey, bro, we're not gonna be able to make it because of this or that, but we're honored and this and that. But we are gonna have a big chunk of them that are coming, and most of these guys that are coming, they're like East Coast and like Midwest, and these guys have told me they said we've never showed in California before, man. So this will be our first time. So that's pretty cool, man, because we're going to have a lot of new bikes and like, top quality show bikes that have never been seen before in California, man. So I'm super excited about that, man.
Yeah, you should be, man. That's pretty dope. That's a cool little thing, man. I think if I'm not mistaken, my homeboy Trevor, Bulletproof Welder, was he one of the invited builders?
Yeah, man. I love that bike, man.
He never stops tinkering with that thing, man. He's always playing. He's a welder by trade, and so fabrication is kind of just up his alley a little bit to keep tinkering on that bike, man. Yeah. And when you get the bug, man, as a Vikla guy, and like we were talking about that Vikla earlier, when you get the bug and you get that and you get bit by that like complete customization factor, boy, it never stops, man. It just keeps on running.
For real.
Yeah.
And we're doing different things too, man. I'm gonna this is the last thing that I'm gonna tell you, but we got I made these belts, man.
Oh, that's dope.
They're so these are the best of show belts, and I made a bunch of these, and so what we're gonna like this. I usually just give like prize money to best softail and then best bagger, but I was like, man, there's so many other style badass bikes, man. So I made a bunch of these belts. We're gonna also give prize money to the best big wheel bike, to the best dyna, to the best chopper. I think we got like 5 or 6 different ones. And then at my shows, we always let like lowrider bicycles join us as well, just because that's where I came from that background. And so and I feel like too, man, like these youngsters, I feel like that we could be an inspiration to them as well. I'm all about keeping kids off the streets, bro, for and keeping them in a good environment. So I feel like they do need to join us, man. So so they can see like what these older guys are doing, and just keep a real positive atmosphere for these youngsters. So anyways, I give away some belts too to a couple bikes, and then cash money as well, man. So yeah, man, that's what we're doing this time around.
It's going to be a good turnout, man. It looks like it. We're going to be doing some podcasting over there. So by all means, man, if you got people coming from out of state and they're like, this is the first time, link me up with those people, or just send them over to the booth. I know you're going to be busy that day. I know you're going to be busy. We as well will be busy, but we'll try and pull people in. But if you know people like that, man, or you just tell them ahead of time, hey, these guys are going to be there. Yeah. Go over to their booth, chop it up a little bit, send them over, man, because I'm looking forward to podcasting at the event, because I really enjoy doing them. I like them like this, but I think as weird as it sounds, I used to be like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I podcasting at an event? This is so weird. This is so odd. This is so different. Now people trip out on it. They enjoy it. But now I find myself enjoying that part of it way more, because it's in the environment. It's around all all the stuff that we love to be around, man. So now I'm on the flip side of it going, no. This is where I know it's a little different. It's the same conversation basically I'm having with people that I would be as a spectator out on the floor. I'm just throwing microphones in front of our face to be able to capture it, man, but I'm excited for that shit, man. Send people our way over there.
I will definitely, man.
Yeah, dude. So what's the date, man? But let people know a little bit about like where people can like get all the information about this show. I'm going to keep pumping people and telling them to go over there, but where can they get a hold of and all the information?
Yeah, man. So you just go to my website and everything is there. So you would go to www.fishtailz.shop. We don't use a .com. It's a .shop. So yeah, man, just go to the website, and if you want to register a motorcycle, you could do so. If you want to just purchase tickets online, or if you want to get a vendor space. If you do purchase tickets the day of the show there, we ask everyone if you could please bring cash. And if not, that's fine. We'll take your money somehow, right? But yeah, if you could bring cash, man, that's gonna be the fastest and easiest way. But yeah, man, all the info is on the website. And let's say you click on something like motorcycle entry, then there's it says description, and it has everything listed of like what time you need to be there, what time is set up, all that good stuff, man. And the show, if you just want to come, to be an attendee, just to walk in and check it out, the doors are going to open at 11 a.m. and then the show's over at 5. I mean, you could stick around till 6, but at 5 o'clock we start doing the awards, and then it's wrapped up by 6 o'clock. And we're gonna have live music too, man. We're gonna have live music. We'll have and a DJ all day long as well. So, anyways, yeah, man, come out. It's family friendly. So come out and enjoy yourselves. It's definitely be a good time. There'll be food there too, beverages, so you can have an alcohol drink or a soda, whatever you like. But yeah, man, we're gonna be there, and everyone is invited, man. All walks of life, and I'm looking forward to hosting this show for everybody. And yeah, I hope to see everyone there.
Heck yeah, man. Hey, well, we'll do our best to keep ours toned down a little bit so we don't blast it. All right. Because you saw us at Chopper Fest, man. We like to turn it up a little bit.
To turn up.
Yeah. Well, we like to have a good time when we're out there at the booth, man. It's just a little hangout, So, but I'm looking forward to it, man. March 16th, Ontario Convention Center, right? That's where it's going down. Ontario Convention Center. Fishtailz.shop is where you can get all the information, or all the details that you need about this show. Correct. Michael, I'm looking forward to it, man. I know you probably still got a shit ton of work ahead of you, just like in preparation for it. I know there's a lot of work just to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And now there's like, you're getting up to the point of execution, and that part of it is just as much, if not more work.
For sure, man.
Yeah, man. So, well, Michael, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight, man, taking a little bit of time for us. If I don't, I will talk to you, of course, between now and then, but I will see you on March 16th out there at the Ontario Convention Center, man.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for likewise, man, for taking the time. And I'm looking forward to having you guys there and podcasting. I know people are going to get a kick out of it, man. So thank you. And yeah, man, we'll keep in touch.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We'll see you later, dude.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Later.
There it is, Michael. Fishtailz Magazine. It's going to be a good time. March 16th. I know Joe and I are looking forward to it. Something that we've been kind of checking out, eyeballing. And we want to bring kind of this experience, this podcast kind of experience to the Fishtailz Magazine. We like doing this in person. We like being amongst our people and stuff. So we wanted to do this for Fishtailz as well as just kind of enjoy the experience that Michael's been putting on, man. So good time tonight, fellas. Thank you for coming and hanging out. You know where to catch us every single week, Thursday, right here, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every single week. Thursday. Next week, I should have my homie back over here next week. We're supposed to have Shifter Crew over here next week. So Shifter Crew is going to going to tap in. They're doing their own or starting their own podcast as well. I don't think they broke out yet, so we'll talk a little bit about that, I'm sure. But next week, Shifter Crew's going to be joining the podcast. And until then, you know where to find us. Spotify. Go listen to all the other podcasts. Just dropped a new one every single Thursday. Drop one today, and go and check out the Instagram. All right, Joe, you got anything to say? Man, a few words tonight. All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. We will see you guys later. Say bye, Joe.